Check out this sick, okay, it's not really a sick Chevy Equinox, it's a rental though, but Enterprise picked me up. Alright, so like I said, we got some crappy news. Just saw I'm in a rental car at the moment. Actually, we're in our Ram 2500 at the moment that we got a few months back. Heading over to the shop, got to go meet Joe and finalize a few things. But unfortunately, the crappy news. Last Friday, I was involved in a car accident. Was on the highway and we were coming to a stop, and traffic stopped due to construction. Well, apparently the guy behind me fell asleep at the wheel and he did not stop, and yeah, that hurt. Hit me in the back, sent me off the highway, and because of the way it was, I face planted the steering wheel, and pretty sure it knocked me out for a second. I have a concussion, went to the ER. Had to go back to the ER a couple times because of another problem we're having. I almost cannot see out of my left eye. Everything's all blurry and it's creating some problems. So actually just went to an eye doctor today. My daughter calls it the eyebologist. It's funny. But it's an ophthalmologist. I don't know. Ophthalmologist is one of the different ones. Anyways, so they did some checks and tests, and thankfully at this point, there's nothing specific physically that they're seeing was damaged on the eye. However, due to the concussion, there's just a lot of things that get messed up, and anytime you have kind of a brain injury or just anything of that nature, which I don't want to go into too many details, it can cause all sorts of problems. And I've honestly been out of it this week. We were supposed to record a video earlier this week with an update, and we didn't. Just there's not much to update. I mean, there's a lot to update, but not much. Anyways, so we talked it over, and the crappy news, unfortunately, is we're basically losing a week just from recovery, and with that, that's destroyed our schedule. And so unfortunately, the new IFS rig will not be going to SEMA. However, we talked with all our sponsors, and we're excited that we're working. The guy that bought my old car, Corey, with Big Bear Racing, shout out, still got the hat. We're actually going to be doing a lot together next year, and so I called him up and we worked it out. We're going to bring that car out. A lot of the same sponsors are on that car that are on the new car, and so we're going to get that set up, get it all cleaned up, detailed, and have it in the booth ready to go. So Florida Torque Converter, super awesome about the whole thing. I guess they had another car that had an issue and is not going, so they had to deal with that one. So they were happy that, yes, the car's not going, but we solved the problem of the advertisement without them having to worry about it. So crappy news, car's not going to SEMA, but everybody keeps telling me worry about my health, worry about what's going on before the car, you know, is what it is. So hopefully the truck's not totaled, but we don't know. We got to meet with the adjuster on Friday and go from there. If it's going to be fixed, I'm going to have John Paul Rodriguez up at Rodriguez Customs do all the work on it. If you haven't checked out all his stuff, they do some pretty sweet stuff, awesome paint jobs, and really good body shop in addition to just some custom stuff. So anyways, that's beside the point. Good guys, so they'll be doing the work if it's not totaled. And then the next week, we're just going to kind of wrap some stuff up on the car. I'm still a bit out of it, and with my left eye, like I said, I literally cannot see. My left eye is useless. Everything's blurry, and so the imbalance between the vision is giving me some bad headaches and some other things. And I'm not one to complain about all this stuff. As people that know me know, I don't complain and just kind of troop through things. I mean, it just sucks. The whole situation sucks, but it is what it is. It's, you know, the other insurance took liability within an hour of the accident. They didn't fight it, and, you know, they seem to be working. But yeah, don't want to talk about all that stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna head over to the shop now. When I get there, I'll kind of give you a quick overview of where we left the car off this last week. It was looking sick, everything coming together. The one blessing through this whole thing is I was coming back from meeting with our guys on the race engine and the race training, and both of them had a delay by a couple days, which is no big deal, but I was supposed to be picking them up that day, and we are all just super grateful they weren't in the truck when we had that happen, because, you know, you're talking a very, you know, very expensive race engine, a very expensive race tranny, and, you know, had those been in the back of the truck, in addition to everything else, they could have come flying in the back of the cab. They could have been flying down the highway, and, you know, how am I supposed to explain to his insurance that, you know, I need $20,000-$30,000 to replace my race engine and tranny and just everything that goes into it, and that ain't gonna happen. And so, all in all, everything for a reason. It was a blessing in disguise. Yes, the accident sucks, but thankfully the race car parts weren't in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna head over to the shop now. We'll go meet Joe and kind of show you some things where they're at. Dang it! Why are we snowing? This sucks. What up, Joe?
Hey! Whew.
So you disappointed?
It's a snowy day.
It's a
Disappointed in this weather. It's wet, it's cold.
Yeah, it's never fun. Yeah, I just got done telling them we're not going to SEMA with the car and what's going on and all that stuff with the accident. And
well, Daniel's got to take care of Daniel first.
that sounds so selfish. You know me, I'm the last person that I would accept failure.
I will vouch for Daniel. He's hurt, and he needs to take it easy for a few weeks.
Yeah. I had to go see an eyebologist today.
Eyebologist?
That's what Zoe calls it. She's like, it's an eyebologist, and it makes sense, and it works.
It does. It does.
All right. Well, let's go get something warm to drink, and we'll get back to the shop and kind of assess everything.
Sounds good. Let's see what all the little stuff.
Let's see.
All the little goodies he's been working on.
What's this box, Joe?
This is from Innovative Machine Solutions. Thank you, Devin. Mathine. Devin up in Maine. He's probably freezing his butt off right now, don't you think?
No, it's actually nice up there.
And I'm jealous.
So we're gonna get this unboxed, and we'll see what all's in here. And yes, I have my sunglasses on. It's bright in here. Holy schmoly! Those are big misalignment spaces.
That looks like definitely something that Devin made right there.
Yes.
Look at that.
Let's why don't you do a walk around? Tell us what's going on with the car.
The car is sitting there.
It's off the table.
It is off the table, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. Got a lot. Actually, I think almost all the skins are done.
Actually, all the skins are done. Well, minus.
We were actually taking.
I can put my hand through it.
Well, we had the mesh.
We have the mesh. I already packed it back away. They can wait and see that.
Did a cool little bit of
big
design on
V.
the table on that. Since the radiator sits there, we want it to come out. But yeah, we were basically getting ready to start full assemble on this. Engine training and all that's coming tomorrow, and IFS stuff's all here, so we're not really waiting on anything, but lovely. Got the front section about finished up. Did a small scoop here and blended it in. That's for the tranny cooler. And this other panel kind of sits off the side a little bit, wraps down around. Then this is the gauge cluster here. All that. Did our skids. I'll post up a better picture. You can kind of see what we did. But all of the panel is so we use a stuff called AR100 plate. It's Barnes uses it to make tabs and stuff. They call it the Ultra4 plate, and then you can get a couple different variations of it, but it's a super strong plate, and we used 1/8 inch, which the dimple dies were quite fun on that. The dies kept getting stuck because it was wanting to spring back and a number of things, but it's all dimple dyed plate welded in except for that section right there. Here for the transmission, you got the battery in, meth pumps in, a bunch of stuff. But then on the bottom, we lined it with this UHM plastic, so it's super slippery. We still had a bevel, a few edges, and then we had to countersink all these bolts with flush mount bolts. Actually, You can see here on this guy, see they countersink in and they're flush. But that's the front IFS skid there. And it's got the plastic. But yeah, we got a lot of the plumbing's all ready to go. Electrical's done. Fuel cell is in. Holder needs to be bolted down, but that's done. You can kind of see up here, we got the vent there, and then the fuel level sending unit is right there. And we actually got the tube hooked up for the filler. Spare tire mount. Skins are all done. But yeah, roof's all done. Joe shaped it around. Ooh, she's showing the new. So we have an awesome light bar that's going right here. Let's. Is it dark out yet?
They've seen the. Didn't they see the video? Didn't we post it?
No, on YouTube. Let's show that thing off real quick.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. This is a super spot in the middle, and check out how bright this thing is. I wonder if I can cut that down. I wonder if it'll light on fire.
Man, the camera's not even.
I can't even tell.
There it is.
So
yeah, you can see it. Look at that.
That's how far away is those tree line?
That tree line?
Yeah.
200 yards?
It's more than that.
At least.
That's like a quarter mile away, dude, at least.
Those trees?
Oh, yeah. If not more.
It's nighttime.
You can kind of see. But, I mean, we know before we've done tests with the telephone pole, and it's well past the telephone pole. You can kind of see the beam there. What it's doing. But yeah, super excited about this. These are awesome. New prototype. We got a couple of them. People are really excited about this. So we used high-end LED chips for all these. They're all the Cree Ultra XLs. They're super bright. Then this guy here is a special setup. You might be able to focus in there a little bit. But this is actually using a laser chip. It's so bright when it's off, you gotta wear sunglasses. But this light provides 1 lux, which is the equivalent of enough light to read a book at 3,000, was it 3,900 feet, something like that? It was like, almost, it was just under 4,000 feet, which if you think of it, it's 2/3 of a mile. So this provides enough light that you can read a book from 2/3 of a mile away. So we'll be doing a lot more videos and testing, showing this bad boy off because we're real excited about it. We'll have these in pod form as well as a large pod form, and then of course the bars from 12 to probably 50 inch. And now, time for a montage. Light. It weighs race ready. It was like 48 pounds. Is that right?
It's light.
Yeah. Hey, pick it up. Woo!
Almost no effort.
It's good you work out, you stud.
Work out.
As you drop it on your foot. We got this cool mesh for the radiator. We wanted something to protect it. It's an aluminum flattened expanded metal, so it should protect. So what you working on, Joe?
We are going to press bearings in on the lower A-arm and see what happens.
You're going to press it on. You got the hub on there? Holy loudness.
That was loud.
That was loud.
Yep. And we're going to let it hang right there.
Show the knuckle off real quick. So the misalignment spacers.
Oh.
So these are what those giant misalignment spacers are for. And what do? Why do we have to go so wide?
Because it's a big knuckle.
But what's this pivot point for?
Steering.
So pivot it. Show me how it pivots.
It pivots up this way and all around that way, so we can steer and turn and bump and woo!
Are you doing the whoop dance again?
Whoop dance. Woo! Whoop dance.
We've got the first tabs on the bottom there. In the bottom, we got everything squared up based on the math that we wanted. How light it is.
Oh yeah, I'm picking that up. I mean, that's one arm.
You can like pick it up with one
I
finger.
can work out. I would say this whole thing right now.
Well, it's 14 pounds.
Yeah, 14,
that knuckles.
45. I would say there's a little bit of resistance.
That
so
knuckle's
probably,
ridiculous. That doesn't have much.
I'm saying probably closer to about 60, 65 pounds total with resistance that I'm lifting right here.
It's not much.
It's not much at all. I've had knuckles on trucks that have weighed more than that I've taken off to do ball bearing.
And we don't have the upper adjusted yet, but you can kind of see.
Yeah, that'll come out a little bit there.
You can kind of see.
Probably bring it out about there, maybe.
What's that? Well, we got to do some math.
Well, when we adjust it, yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be out about right there based on the angles that I'm looking at.
But show the camber what it's doing from. Let it off the soft shackle. Just pick it up.
Oh, just take it off.
Yeah. Doesn't weigh anything. And you can see that camber is only changing just a hair. And when we go into turns, it's going to cause it to roll out a little bit. And you can see the misalignment spacers here. Well, using all thread line up front and back. You can see the misalignment spacers, the way the pivot points are, using the big, it's a 2 3/4 unit ball, 3 inch, something like that. But that turns. But I'm real excited. Everything's coming together well. Then we'll do the other lower. We weren't even planning to do this tonight. We were just
kind of happened. It started out with, hey, let's push the bearing in, and then it was, hey, let's see.
I'm just kind of meandering.
Let's see where it sits.
I'm meandering, cleaning, and I turn around and you're
while
installing
you're holding
this
it
arm.
up there.
Let's just bolt it on.
Daniel, get the welder. 2 hours later, Daniel. So,
but you can kind of get an idea on the wheelbase too, as far as that's sticking out. Yeah, I want to work on it more, but my brain, that arm's so massive. One finger. Just so light. Alrighty, so, well, video definitely didn't start out with the bestest of news, but Joe got going crazy here, and we got some good news. So shiny. Shiny! I need to laugh. Anyways, so, yeah, also, we're going to announce the winner right now of the 1,500 subscribers. Jordan Tires, you won. So what you won is either a set of our LED headlights or $100 off any other purchase. So make sure you contact us, hit us up. You can email us at, email me direct at Daniel, D-A-N-I-E-L, at olympusoffroad.com. So we're gonna wrap this up. We'll keep you posted as things go. We have to get some things done to make sure the other car is ready to get out to SEMA. Like I said, we're gonna push for all that. And then in the meantime, we'll work on this as we can. With me, I'm gonna go rest my eyes. Joe, he's gonna keep being Joe. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you like it, leave us some comments, talk to us, give us a big thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time.
Whoop, Dan. Woo!